Sports, plus offering digital solutions. Whether you need more customers or more traffic on your website, I am your girl. So email me at rita.newton@hitthatline.com or call me at 479-353-1242. One email or one call away to working on a business plan to help you grow your business.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 53 days.
I can guarantee you guys this team will be better than last year's team.
Yeah.
I think you can make that guarantee. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say, we're going to make a bowl game this year, but I do think that should be at least a realistic goal for Arkansas fans. That 6-6, man, it's not crazy. Schedule's tough. Don't get me wrong, but I think this whole revamped roster and what they've done in the transfer portal and new coaching staff and everything, I think this Arkansas team can be competent, and I think 6-6 should be the goal. I mean, can they even go 7-5 with a couple of breaks? Sure. I wish they had another year of Taylor Green. Like, if they had another year of Taylor Green with this roster and with these coaches, I think that could very well be in play. But, if it ends up being KJ Jackson or AJ Hill, I think they're going to go through their growing pains. Like I said, it's a tough schedule, but I think 6 wins should be the realistic goal.
Live from the Bud Light Studios. Produced by Christian Johnston.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
This is the Morning Rush.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I half expected you to be wearing an eye patch. This one, was it both eyes, one eye?
I had both eyes worked on. I've got
sunglasses. Yeah, there you go.
I've got these nifty glasses. Don't they look cute? Don't they look awesome?
You wore them yesterday. You just turned the lights down, so I would assume that the eyes are not to full strength.
Just had an eye exam this morning again after having lens exchange, and I was able to pass the 20/20 test.
With flying colors?
Yes.
Okay.
But no, the eyes aren't quite there. I mean, it's less than 24 hours.
How long does it take to get them back to normal? Is it a week?
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could drive and
yeah,
all of your
today
abilities are good to go.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't miss much yesterday. That was Chris Gordy.
What did I miss yesterday, Ty?
Big C? Anything notable that you feel like he missed?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
it's Monday. There were not many
heck
hot
of a
takes.
show, boys.
No, there were not many
Heck
hot
of a
takes
show.
on Hot Take Monday. At least it's live. I guess. You can look at that. Chris was talking about there, and it was kind of funny. I was kind of taken aback when he was that positive on Arkansas heading into this upcoming season. Would you have wanted Talon back for another year? I kind of thought about that when he said it, and I didn't really react to it when he said it at the time. But it was like, were you ready to move on from Talon Green after 2 years, or would this team be much better off with him at the helm this fall?
Oh, I think you'd take another year of Talon Green.
Take another year of Talon Green.
Absolutely.
You don't think people were tired of the turnovers and not holding on the football and the mistakes that kept happening?
He's the known, though.
The known commodity.
And his ability to run the football, his ability on the RPO to tuck and run with it, gave you an element that you hadn't seen really at that level since Matt Jones. KJ Jefferson was pretty good at running the football, but it was a whole different style and didn't have the speed that we saw with Talon. Obviously, the turnovers have been a problem. Let's not just pin. I mean, Talon had an issue, and his offense has had an issue with that, but that transcended just.
Jaylen Brown, week 3
we can keep going
Miss.
through. I mean,
Mike Washington, who had never fumbled the football in his career.
Just even seasons. I mean, it wasn't like a new issue that arose last season. So, number one issue Silverfield has to fix is that. And you could also make the case that, hey, sometimes just starting with a clean slate, with a new coach and a new offensive coordinator and all of these things is not a bad situation either.
Well, you think about the setup next week, and not that attention or non-attention paid to the Razorbacks really matters, but Arkansas, I mean, him and Jeff Levy, who are speaking next week, I mean, there's a lot of attention paid to Kiffin, a lot of attention paid to Sark, are all speaking on Thursday as well. You're going to have Quincy Rhodes there. Don't know who else is going to join the Razorbacks. We can talk about that a little more coming up. There's just not going to be a ton of attention paid to the Razorbacks. And for the last few years, it hadn't necessarily been the case. But I do want, I think they're going to wind up 16th or 15th in the preseason polls. Yeah. And hopefully, like Chris said, the goal can be making, and not only the goal should be making a bowl game, hopefully by the the end of November, we're talking about, hey, what bowl are we going to this winter?
100%. All right, Morning Rush presented this morning by APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is their number. When you call APAC, you're going to get the number one source for top-quality aggregates, including rock, sand, gravel, asphalt, and, of course, ready-mix concrete. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Got this text from Hogball. Player-friendly coaches haven't worked for Arkansas football. Until the Razorbacks hired a hard-nosed, get-in-your-face coach who demands toughness, discipline, and accountability, we will continue to be the worst in the SEC West instead of competing with the conference's elite. Print this out and hang this on your studio wall, then watch how this statement proves to be until the Arkansas embraces that type of leadership again. Take that to the bank. Tuesday, True Talk.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that Houston Nutt very much was a player-friendly coach.
He was a little bit of
Am I
both.
wrong on that?
No, I
Okay.
don't think there's any other way to describe
No,
it. He was a player's coach.
And you had an SEC West title in 02, an SEC West title in 06. Now, I'm probably like some of you listening. We felt like there were some years that we should have been better than we actually were. But I would say, unbiasedly, he had a successful tenure here in Arkansas. I don't think there's a way that you wish it would have ended it differently than it did. But I don't think you can push back on the idea that he didn't have success in Fayetteville, especially year one where they almost went to the SEC championship and won the stinking thing.
Yeah. It in the end, I mean, you could make the case he was your most successful SEC coach since you've joined the league. You look at total number of wins, you look at SEC championship appearances. Some would argue Bobby Petrino, but he didn't do some of the things that Houston Nutt was able to accomplish. So you could easily make the case that Houston Nutt had the most success of any head coach since joining this league.
So I'm guessing that, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this, is that a shot at Ryan Silverfield and his coaching methods? Is that because he hasn't seen enough video and practice footage of Ryan cussing out his players that he feels like that it's not going to work here?
Is cussing people out make you a better coach?
I don't know. In Hogball's eyes, apparently it does.
What do you think?
I think there's coaches that can have success like Nick Saban and Bobby Petrino and others that will ream you and yell at you and dog cuss you. And then there's others that have taken the Houston Nutt approach and other player-friendly coaches that has worked to. It's about who you are. And I would guess that Ryan Silverfield is more like Houston Nutt than Bobby Petrino. Am I wrong on that?
Houston Nutt is.
I would guess Ryan Silverfield is more like Houston Nutt than Bobby Petrino.
Well, I think there's
based
only
on
one
what I've
Bobby
seen.
Petrino. I'll say yes, I would agree with that.
Okay.
I think whatever approach you have, it has to be encased with a bunch of caring. If you don't care about your players, if they don't think you can get after people if they know you care about them and you're doing it because you love them and you want them to be better. In the end, let's let this guy coach a few games. Let's get a month into the season. Let's see some real games before we have these definitive statements. These sweeping, definitive conclusions about a coach that has yet to coach a game. I know it's summer. I know it's talking season. I know we're less than a week away from media days. We're a week from Thursday from his appearance at media days. But come on. Even after media days, let's not draw too many conclusions about who Ryan Silverfield is.
All right, give you a sense of what we're talking about here on this Tuesday. Bruce Stan's going to join us here in about 5 or so minutes. Pradco Pyramid of Power is what?
Best traditions in the SEC.
Bang. Meleek Thomas had himself another good game. He's had 3 good performances. We'll get into that in our opening drive coming up. Mark Dagnall, Oklahoma City coach, had some great things to say about Isaiah Joe, who is now a Detroit Piston that we can get into. Mentioned the SEC Media Days coaching order. We'll talk about that a little bit. Freddie's back. Do you see Freddie's back?
On the social media?
Yes.
I have not paid attention to that.
He is back. Home Run Derby last night. Either of you guys watch it? I watched very little.
No, I watched none.
Okay.
None.
Christian, none. It's on Netflix now, which I think is kind of a damper to things. And we got some news about Patrick Mahomes via Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding. Thank you, Pat McAfee, for sharing. So we can get into all that coming up. But Meleek Thomas has been, if not the star, one of the biggest stars in summer leagues, one of the best performers thus far. And he had himself another great outing for the Cavs.
Most of us, it's like you playing with a chip on your shoulder, because most of us believe that you were a first-round guy.
that you were a first-round talent. Do you still feel some type of way of not being selected in the first round?
I'm going to forever feel some type of way about that. I just know my value. I know my worth. I know the work I put in, and I demand that respect.
The other way, Thomas. I'm telling you, this young man is interesting. He is very interesting. Oh, my goodness. Down the lane. Oh, he gets it to go. Thomas, the runner. Oh, my goodness. This young man could throw a key into a lock. Swivels down the lane. Tough shot. Tough for some. My goodness. 33 for Thomas.
This is the opening drive.
Ended up with 35 points, including 5 3-pointers, 61% from the field last night, plus 16. He's had 20, 30, and 35 in his first 3 Summer League games with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Pretty incredible. And, I was just listening to some of this talk over the weekend, driving back and forth I was up at Mountain Home at my river place, and they were going on and on and on about Summer League and ACUF, and they were asking questions to analysts about best players you've seen. And clearly, well within the top 5 of several of these analysts, they had ACUF in there. So pretty interesting, some of the takeaways from Summer League at this point.
Yeah, and Darius has been a guy he's been mic'd up. Obviously, Sacramento fans love him. I saw a video of a Razorback fan, a young Razorback fan, that was in Vegas, one getting his Meleek Thomas stuff signed. I think there was an interaction between Razorback fans and Darius that live out in California. So it's cool that Arkansas fans, they haven't necessarily got a chance to see a ton of Razorback sporting events over the years, being that they're out west or wherever. But for these guys and gals to get a chance to see Darius in person in Sacramento, or if they just happen to be in Vegas seeing some of those guys, that's got to be a really, really cool experience because, again, we've talked about it. Summer League is it's very low-key and chill. Mm-hmm. It's not like a typical NBA game where there's security everywhere and there's not much interaction between players and fans relative to some. It's it's a really cool experience from the people I've talked to that have actually been. My brother-in-law, one of my best buds from school, they all had great times, and they were like, man, it's very relaxed.
Would you want to plan a summer vacation some year around going to Vegas and grabbing a couple of Summer League games up while you were there? Is that something you would do? I mean, I don't know if you're a huge Vegas guy.
I personally,
you ever been?
Vegas, yeah, we went when we got drilled by UConn in that 23.
That's right.
That 23 game.
That's why we lost.
Sunogo. But no, Las Vegas to me, I have a bunch of friends that go each and every year, sometimes twice a year. I get the appeal, but the rise in cost that you always talk about has.
But no one's ever said to me, hey, let's go to Vegas to watch Summer League. No one's ever said that's the reason there. I've never had anyone say, you know what, I think I'm going to take a long weekend to go to Vegas and watch Summer League basketball.
I think it's a welcome addition to the itinerary. If you weren't planning on it and you happen to line it up and time it up with whatever you're doing from a gambling standpoint or just hanging out, golfing, whatever, I think it's something you add to. I don't know if it's necessarily going to cause people to be like, all right, I'm going this year and planning other things around it.
All right, that is the opening drive this morning, brought to you by the Inn at the Mill. Looking for a perfect place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has it. Big, oversized, spacious suites. The best part about the experience, well, there's two great parts, the location and the staff. Jennifer and the crew there do such a great job at the front desk. You call. Once you're in the system, it is so easy to rebook and restay. And if you're like us, sometimes it's a routine destination for business travel. And if you want a really great home away from home, the Inn at the Mill is the spot. 479-443-1800. 443-1800 or online at inatthemill.com.
You can ask, why don't you ask Bruce Stan, Pradco Fishing that question with Nate Ament or someone else.
That about going to Summer League just to watch. Bruce is with us. Bruce, good morning. I know you're traveling today. Would Summer League basketball, would Vegas be a destination that, hey, I'm going to center going out there for a long weekend just to watch Summer League?
I would like to go to Summer League. I would probably be more inclined to go to Salt Lake City and watch the Thunder. They typically go out there for 3 games before everybody goes to Vegas. That's more appealing. I like Salt Lake area more than Vegas. But if I did do Vegas, I'd have to go fish Lake Mead. I've never done that. Try to catch some bass and stripers a couple hours east of Vegas.
Better do it while there's still water in Lake Mead. So.
Yeah.
Salt Lake sounds more like up your alley because they got them at both. That seems like something you would be more.
I promise you, it'd be
inclined to do.
cooler
Yeah.
in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
A little more to offer. I think the nightlife's a little different in Salt Lake versus Vegas, though.
A little different.
Well, I don't know. Real quick, how is BYU going to do Monster with the Big 12?
That's a good question.
Caffeine free. Is Monster
Are they going to have
a
a caffeine-free version?
Yeah.
Surely they do. Will it say caffeine free on their patch?
That's a good question. I hadn't even thought of that. That's a very fair question.
Okay. All right. Well,
all right, let's get to our Pradco Pyramid of Power, doing some fun stuff here as we're a week away from Media Days. And today, it's the best traditions in the Southeastern Conference.
C-A. Hey, oh, Army, fight. Hey, 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 hey.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
All right, Bruce, I'm going to do it like we did last week. I'm going to start at my number 6 and work my way up to number 1. I'm going to go with the Singing of Dixieland Delight, Bryant-Denny Stadium. 100,000 fans there. They, of course, put their own words in, but it's one of the best sing-alongs there is. I got Dixieland Delight at Alabama, number 6 on my list.
Okay. I'm going to go with those dang cowbells
All right.
at Mississippi State. Fans can only ring the bells allegedly during pregame timeouts, halftime, and after a score, but we know they don't do that.
Yeah. All right, I got the cowbells number 5 because it's a constant clanging. It's probably the loudest tradition in all of the SEC and maybe all of college football. And like you say, they kind of break the rules on that. I think it's a huge advantage for them. Ringing of the cowbells number 5 for me at Mississippi State.
Well, I had to sneak some Tennessee in there, obviously. So I went with Vol Navy over Rocky Top. Not many major college stadiums reside next to a major waterway. And I'm a boat guy, so just love seeing the hundreds of boats and yachts and pontoons and whatever else as the orange Vol Navy makes its way to the games at Neyland Stadium.
Well, we're on the same wavelength here. I got Vol Navy and the running through the T at number 4. They've been running through the T at Neyland since 1965, and there's no other program in college football that can match the tradition of the Vol Navy. I got running through the T / Vol Navy at number 4.
All right, I'm going Woo Pig Suey, number 4. In my job at Pradco, I've had people from Japan, China, Australia, Sweden, and England go to Razorback games with me. And what gets every one of them is, what is this Woo Pig Suey? And you have to explain it, but it grabs them. So it's really cool.
All right, I got the Grove at Ole Miss at number 3, tailgating under the oak trees in the Grove. Considered to be the finest pregame tradition in all of football, complete with chandeliers, tablecloths, complete Southern hospitality. I got the Grove at number 3.
I got Auburn's Golden Eagle flying in the stadium before the game. Most mascots are not that trainable, have to be in a box or a cage. Very cool to see the eagle flying around. All
right, I'm homering up at number 2. Woo Pig Suey and the tradition of running through the A. I've got Callin' the Hogs at number 2 in my Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I've been to a bunch of Alabama games. Our owners are Alabama people, 45-yard line, skybox, Bryant-Denny. It's a nice place to get your butt kicked if you're an Arkansas or Tennessee fan. They say Rammer Jammer. They sing it after every game. Nobody leaves. 100,000 of them rub it in your face, singing Rammer Jammer. I know the words by heart. I'm not going to sing it, but that's a big tradition for Bama fans.
And I'm like you on Auburn. I got Auburn and the Eagle Flight number 1. I mean, just Nowhere else can a live mascot, like you said, be trained to do what it is. It's our national mascot in most ways, I think in most people's hearts. It is a really cool thing, and I think it's one of those bucket list things in the SEC you've got to see before you take the big dirt nap at the stadium in the sky. So I've got the Eagle Flight with the Auburn Tigers just because it is so uber unique. I got that at number 1.
Well, I went number 1, the Grove at Ole Miss, because it's something – no matter what team you root for, everybody can enjoy. It's people dressed up to the nines in a beautiful setting. It's really hard for me to believe Ty Richardson's been to the Grove and didn't find a Southern Belle to hook up with. So I'm disappointed in you, Ty. Go back, find you a good, slow-talking wife, and get this thing done.
They're everywhere. You know, the deal with the Grove, the backstory why there's no grills, right? Like one of them burned down a tailgate one time. So there's no, like when you go to Arkansas, you go to Tennessee, there's grills, there's tailgates everywhere.
Yeah.
There's none of that in the Grove.
Right.
It's all catered.
We didn't have LSU on here. We didn't have
neck.
We didn't have A&M and yell practice down there. We miss anything?
Toomer's Corner's pretty cool after Auburn's game, but I would put the Eagle above that.
But the trees ain't there no more. They're replanted. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's our Pradco Pyramid of Power best traditions in the SEC. We'll get to coaches and players and linebackers and all that stuff coming on. We got time for all that, but we're having some fun with it right now, and it's brought to you by Pradco and the new Pradco store. Bruce, I don't know how many shifts you're taking manning the Pradco store, but I know you got a staff there to help people get custom lures. You can pick the colors, you can put a message on it, and you got a variety of, would you call them blanks that you can pick from to customize the way you want it?
Well, you can pick blanks. You can pick lures off the shelf there in the Pradco store. Coach Ricky Smith from Northside, 8-time state champion with the Lady Bears, went by there and said, Chrissy Luther, one of the ladies we have working there, he experienced the nicest customer service he'd ever experienced in his life. High praise. So he got his son over there, got a Pradco lure. I think he got a spook with his son's name on it and got the whole experience. So go over there, meet Christy or whoever's working, and get to know someone, get your name on a lure, put your dad's name on a lure, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and it's only a $3 upcharge, Tommy.
All right, so you can do that now. It's inside the new Bass Pro Shops in Fort Smith. It's the Pradco store. All right, safe travels, and we'll do another fun topic next week here from SEC Media Days.
All right, Ty, go to the Grove, man. Get you a woman.
I'm not even sure that the Grove's enough.
There's
to help
plenty.
Ty
There's
close
plenty
the
of them
deal.
there. Hog update coming up. We'll get into more of the Morning Rush when we come back.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Hey guys, I kind of feel like you're chopping off my head a little bit. I'm the money. Don't forget that. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch that makes everything taste even better. And the best part is it comes with. I kind of still feel like you ain't got all of me. The best part is it comes with anything on the Cantina menu. So you better try it before it's gone.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart. Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with the free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
To buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
This spring, you're organizing closets, decluttering drawers, and maybe even scrubbing places no one will ever look. But here's a thought. Why not declutter your internet, too? If your shows keep buffering, your games lag, or your video calls freeze, that's digital clutter, and you don't have to live with it. Switch to Wave Rural Connect Fiber for fast.
I'm Tim Shepard. I'm running for Washington County Judge. People come to Washington County for a reason, to raise a family, build a future, and enjoy the beauty of a place we call home. No matter how long you've lived here, we all want the same things. Safe communities, responsible growth, and leaders who get things done. I'm Tim Shepard, and I'll work every day to keep Washington County the best place to live, work, raise a family, and call home. I'd appreciate your vote November 3rd.
Paid for by the committee to elect Tim Shepard, Washington County Judge.
I'm Wendy Howerton, and I'm running for Circuit Judge here in Washington-Madison County. I've been practicing here for 20 years, representing people just like you in everyday matters.
It's going to be justice for all. Everyone there is going to have a voice, and all those people who don't have a voice, they're going to have one in my courts. And I'm going to apply the law evenly, impartially, like it should be.
I'm here to protect all your constitutional rights because they've never been more important than they are now.
Paid for by the Howerton campaign.
Remaining 2025 GMC Hummer. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show, and we're going to be live at Blue Ember Smokehouse in Fort Smith on Monday, July the 27th. It's Nacho Monday. Your choice of slow-smoked pork, chicken, turkey, or brisket, piled high with all the fixings. The hog trough fries, huge addition to the Blue Ember Smokehouse menu. Crispy fries piled high with your choice of their slow-smoked meats, topped with queso, shredded cheese, sour cream, and chives. It's us, Ruskin and Zach, live at Blue Ember Smokehouse, Monday, July the 27th, 8000 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Darren McFadden goes 73 yards. And Ballot has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
He helped bring a championship to Oklahoma City. Yeah. was a huge part of the team's rise and a huge part of the team's success. But the thing I always talk about with our team is not what we do, but how we do it. And what he does is he is a first-class professional, one of the best shooters in basketball, an underrated basketball player aside from his shooting. But how he does it, the word I always think of with Isaiah Joe is class. He's a first-class professional, first-class human, as you can see by here. His family is a first-class family. We are going to sorely miss Joe family and Isaiah. Glad that you're doing this and leaving a legacy in Oklahoma City. Thank you for everything. Certainly thank you for what you're doing here. And thank everybody for coming out today.
That was Oklahoma City Thunder coach Mark Dagnall at the Isaiah Joe Golf Tournament, benefiting the Arkansas and Oklahoma Children's Hospital. It's at Oak Tree National, Tommy. But you heard him talk about now a unfortunately departed Oklahoma City Thunder member going to the Detroit Pistons. A lot of positive things to say about a player that now he'll be on the other side against this upcoming season.
Only thing wrong with that whole deal is me and you weren't there to play. So I saw Beth Presley from the Fort Smith Boys and Girls Club was on hand, and Isaiah's connection to the Boys and Girls Club is one that runs very deep. So it's good to see Beth and her crew over there. But Isaiah still with, being, it's just part of the business. It's just, one of the things. You're going to be traded. Clearly they're not leaving on bad terms. It's just part of how it goes when you're in an apron 1, apron 2 world.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City had a ton of talent that now Sam Presti, unfortunately, because he drafted well, is having to divvy out and spread out here these next few seasons. Razorbacks got a commitment according to sources. Richard Davenport had this, I think, first this morning. Caleb Ariju, 6'10" center, 220, had offers to a bunch of places: Kentucky, BYU, UConn. Also vying for his services, but looks like this could be the final piece. This is a 2027 kid, but it sounds like he's going to reclassify and be in this 2026 class, which if him and Davion Thompson do that, that will lock up this roster for this upcoming season.
Yeah, and give you some solidified schedule, if you will, going to the Bahamas. Guys will know who they're playing with entirely. And kind of start figuring out team chemistry. And I think it's important not just for the on-the-floor chemistry, but the away from the game chemistry, these guys to spend time together. Some of these guys are going to know each other from Peach Jams and other high-level elite events. Some won't know each other at all. So I think it's really important to start figuring out, who the personalities on the team are.
All right, last thing. Still got an update who's going to be at Media Days next week.
I just like to constantly moisturize my meat.
Last year's Cam Ball, who gave us one of the funniest lines during Razorback Live I think I've ever heard. Him along with Taylor Green and Xavier Sori. Quincy Rowe Jr.'s locked in. He's going to be there next week.
Yeah.
But I wonder who else. You mentioned Kobe Brandon as a possibility. They're not going to bring a quarterback. They're not going to bring KJ or AJ.
Then you're signaling who your starter is.
Yeah, but so who else? I'm curious who they bring next week to Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, I'm with you. Quincy's the one guy, and then from there, I don't know that it really matters. I think Silverfield has to be the star of the show next week for the Razorbacks. All right, that's your Hog Updates brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas, where you can celebrate freedom and fun. It's the Red, White, and Blue sale at Burton Pools and Spas. You can save on Doughboy above-ground pools and get up to $1,500 off right now on in-stock pools that are available now. If you're looking for more of a built-in feel, semi-in-ground pools start at just $199 a month, or create the ultimate getaway with in-ground pool and include a half-price tanning ledge with your design with select packages at Burton Pools and Spas. Fort Smith, Greenland, Springdale, Hot Springs, and now Joplin, Missouri as well, and always online at burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
We had a celebrity appearance at Hardee's this past Friday. Our buddy Larry Rath with Rath Auto Resources stopped by. Larry, how many sausage biscuits did you end up getting?
Biscuits and gravy that day.
Okay.
It was just one.
That's what I went with.
Yeah.
With. Okay.
Hard to beat.
Well, you're filling in for David today. I know that you're excited. The Big Ath giveaway going on, $10,000. You can sign up in both Springdale at Rath Mitsubishi and Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith. 10 grand's a lot of money, Larry.
It is the Rath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway. That's what that's called, and we're pretty excited about it. Lots of folks coming in and registering. That's all you got to do. You just got to come into any one of our locations and register to win. It's really that simple. We just want to say hi to everybody. It's kind of a way of thanking all the people that help us promote and support our business. We really do appreciate that. So giving a little something back and having a good time with it. And, that's really the the secret to the whole thing. You know, we've got the very best product. We really do. Road Ready certified, best used car your money can buy. And we've got them priced right with RAS painless pricing. You can't pay too much. So we've kind of taken all the guesswork out buying a used car. There's no better place to buy one. And right now is a great time. We've got a big inventory. These Road Ready certified cars are hand-picked, reconditioned in our Meineke Car Care Center, covered by comprehensive warranty. You cannot buy their used car. And we've got them right now. And the new Mitsubishi lineup, that lineup is really hot right now. We're really excited about it. Some terrific offers going on there. And, you know, that's the best backed product in America. 5-year, 60,000-mile full coverage warranty, 10-year, 100,000-mile bumper or powertrain coverage. And then they've got 2 years of complimentary maintenance, too. So what a great coverage package on these vehicles. And they're just terrific cars. Right now, $9 down, $399 a month for a brand new Mitsubishi Outlander with all-wheel drive, with the aluminum wheels, loaded up with equipment. What a great deal that is on the Outlander Sport. We've got a good selection of those. 0% financing on some of our products. So just a great time to come in and check out the new Mitsubishis, save yourself some money and do yourself a favor with a Road Ready certified used car, or come into one of the Meineke Car Care Centers and just let us take care of the car you have, or just come in and say hi and register for $10,000 in the RAF Big Ass 10K summer giveaway. So it's a good time. We just need y'all to come see us and check us out online if you need to at rathauto.com.
Yeah, all the inventory is there. And again, a big promotion going on right now that Larry's got to get back to. All right, Larry. Well, I'm curious to see who wins at the end of the month. I'm excited.
I am too. It's an exciting thing. Folks, y'all come and see us.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
Alumni and locally owned Razorback store. We went to school here. We live here. We get what every Razorback logo means.
Plus, we're the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and almost every item that comes into our store has our stamp of approval. We want the best graphic on the best items, and that's what sets us apart.
Whether it's pennants, fan cave items, or other clothing, we take the time to get it right.
Hey, Dad, do you know what they call a pallbearer from Tulsa?
No, what?
Karaoke.
Matt, that's my job to do the dad joke.
Well, you said you were going to retire someday, so I should start practicing.
Anyway, you can stop by the stadium shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville next to Walker Stadium.
Or you can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or if you can't get to Fayetteville, you can check us out on the Googleator at shoponrazorback.com.
Dad, you actually got most of that right. How'd you do that?
Well, if you're going to do the dad joke, then I need to step up my Googleator knowledge.
There's no hope for you, is there? Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
I just like to constantly moisturize my meat.
This is The Morning Rush.
Need more customers? I'm Lance Gregory with ESPN Arkansas. Let me help you grow your business with the power of radio and digital marketing working together. From radio advertising to targeted digital campaigns, I can help you reach the right audience, increase awareness, and drive results for your business. Let's build a marketing plan that fits your goals and gets new customers. Email me today at lance.gregory@hitthatline.com. Radio and digital sales combined, helping local businesses grow.
Introducing Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa with bright citrus, real red jalapenos, guajillo chiles. Usually, you add sauce to the food, but when the sauce is this good, the food is just there to get the sauce to your mouth. That rolled quesadilla, not a rolled quesadilla anymore. Now it's a sauce shovel. Taco Bell's jalapeno citrus salsa. Get it with any item on the Cantina chicken menu while it's here. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only. While supplies last, contact store for availability.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now it's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Rath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway brought to you by Rath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great Road Ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by comprehensive warranty. It's the Rath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway brought to you by Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete rules.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Brandon Zimmerman in Barling or call Wade Gilkey in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
It's the Monster Burger Eating Contest brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and HitThatLine.com. Join us Thursday, July 16th at 1820 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith from 4 to 6 p.m. for your chance to qualify. While you're there, enjoy a Monster Burger for half price. Do you want to spin the wheel for great prizes? Do you want to see the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Las Vegas? Great food, spin the wheel for great prizes, qualify for your chance for the football trip of a lifetime. All of this brought to you by Hardee's, ESPN Arkansas, and HitThatLine.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Saw where today was National Mac and Cheese Day. Question should be, why in the world does Ty Richardson not like macaroni and cheese? But we'll move on. We've talked about that enough. So here's the Morning Rush Daily question. Great comfort food, mac and cheese. So here's the question. What is your favorite comfort food?
Chicken fried steak.
Ooh, that's a good one. What about it? Why is it? Is
Gravy.
it the gravy? Is it the breading? To me, a good chicken fried steak has to have proper breading.
Chicken fried steak done right is hard to beat, especially when you get in a hole in wall. That's a good old Southern cooking place. That's my go-to. Mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans, not mac and cheese.
Green beans, mashed potatoes. What else you say? Is that it? Gravy?
And not mac and cheese.
Big C, you got a comfort food that stands out above the rest?
Man, it's hard to beat macaroni, really, but...
Well, that is a good one.
But a good, well-seasoned plate of green beans is pretty good, too.
That's good. We had good mashed potatoes last night for... Laura made some chicken with chicken gravy and put it on top of mashed potatoes. No one really loved it at the house. I thought it was pretty good. She made some Red Lobster cheddar biscuits to go with it. It was pretty good.
From the mix.
From the mix, yeah.
Okay.
I would say homemade chicken and dumplings is probably my favorite comfort food.
Jason says chocolate gravy and biscuits. Scott says lasagna.
Ooh, that's good.
Chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes and gravy covering all. So Ryan and Pergrove's kind of with me on that. B in Clarksville likes the mac and cheese with quality hot dogs.
Oh, I was raised on that. Kraft macaroni and cheese out of the box, package of hot dogs. My mom would make that like once a week and cut them up into little pieces, put them in there. Man, that was like that's like being 6 years old again.
Steven says chicken and dumplings, like you said. That's a good one. Yeah, different grandparents, mainly grandmothers that make that. That's hard to top, hard to beat. 877-377-6963 if you want to chime in on your favorite comfort food here this morning. That's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. No more in place for indoor golf in all of Arkansas. Is it Cart Pass Social? You can play one of over 1,000 different golf courses on their professional grade simulators. Whether you're a scratch, you're a hack, it doesn't matter. Rain or shine, hot or cold, they've got you covered at Cart Pass Social. It's hot right now. It's 68 degrees inside of Cart Pass Social. BYOB. Bring your own food, bring your own drinks to 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Give Christian and Nate a call at 479-487-3622. Birthday parties, corporate events, you name it, they can do it at Cart Pass Social. Shepherd's Pie from Joel. I haven't had Shepherd's Pie in a while, Joel. That's a good one.
I did not. That's a when I was in Scotland earlier this year. That's a big local favorite is Shepherd's Pie. But some of yours we can read. If you've got one out there, we're getting a lot of text on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Steak tips, rice and gravy.
Garlic
That's a good
bread.
one.
I like that. Thick cut pork chops and all the sides, taters and gravy. Now I'm going to tell you, a skillet of just fried potatoes, onions, a few bell peppers in there. That's about as good a comfort food as there is too. We go with any of these other things we're talking about.
Yeah, hard to beat. That is hard to beat.
Pinto beans, ham, and cornbread. CG with that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Smothered chicken, another one.
It's fine. I guess you're talking about the one with put some vegetables on, then just smother it with cheese, melt all that together. That's not bad.
Plenty of good ones. Now I'm hungry. We got news about Patrick Mahomes. You want to hear it? It's from Pat McAfee, and apparently he is drawing some conclusions after T. Swift's wedding.
Patrick Mahomes, I know he was injured last year, and I don't want to give away too much stuff breaking from the wedding. Patrick Mahomes is in the middle of the dance floor.
That's a good sign if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan coming off the torn ACL.
Well, if he's out on the dance floor, cutting a rug, that tells you he's got some lateral movement, forward and backwards move. I would think, I'd need to see a little more video evidence, but sounds like the knee might be healing properly.
They'll take on our big football trip of a lifetime with Hardee's is on the October 4th when they head to Vegas. Big season. You think about the comparisons that have been made, like in the state of their career, Tom Brady tearing his ACL. Now Patrick Mahomes, they're really around the same time period and how he comes back. Brady, we saw, won multiple Super Bowls after he tore his ACL, and now we're going to see if Pat can do the same thing for the Chiefs. When we talked about this, I'd forgotten that Justin Fields had signed with them in the offseason, so I'm curious to see. I'm going to be very surprised if he suits up week 1, but I would guess he's going to be out there before that game against the Raiders come first weekend of October.
Yeah, and I don't suspect you'll see much of him at all in the preseason. Probably like none. They're not going to let any opponent get anywhere near that knee. So I'm sure you'll see him in camp. I'm sure you'll see video of him throwing the ball and running around. If anyone gets within 5 yards of him, they'll be cut immediately, from the team. So yeah, I'm sure he will be highly protected, Secret Service level protection during preseason camp.
I saw that between executives, I think media and some other people, that they moved Josh Allen in front of him in terms of the best quarterback. I don't know how you do that. I love watching Josh Allen play. Just like when him and Patrick Mahomes go at each other, it's obviously a lot different than when Peyton and Tom went against each other back in the day. Very different styles of quarterback play. But it is so fun to watch when those two match up, particularly in the playoffs. I don't know how you can think, based on the playoff disparity, that Josh Allen is better than Patrick Mahomes. I just don't know how you see it.
Well, I mean, the resumes don't add up.
No,
Josh Allen's a fine quarterback.
Yeah.
And there's about 28 or 29 other teams that would love to have Josh Allen, but he's not Patrick Mahomes.
Would you rather have an injured Mahomes or
that's the better question.
Or Josh Allen?
Well, I think Allen's like those guys that Michael Jordan ran up against. You think about the different teams that Jordan beat, like the Stockton-Malone team with the Jazz, Sean Kemp and Gary Payton, Charles Barkley's Phoenix Suns. I mean, the Blazers. I know Magic had that old Lakers team, but those teams would have won championships if they hadn't run into the greatest player of all time. And if you're Josh Allen, if you're Lamar Jackson, if you're one of these great quarterbacks, I know Hurts finally beat him, I guess, 2 years ago, but you run in to this guy that is almost unbeatable in the playoffs with the exception of playing Tom Brady. And it's just that's such a life suck when you have to see him on the other side of the field, because it doesn't matter what you do, he's probably going to outdo you.
But like Manning at least got by him on occasion. Manning got to a Super Bowl, still had, a
couple times, yeah.
Yeah, one with Denver, one with the Colts, maybe twice with the Colts, and one with the Colts, obviously, one with Denver. Did he get around them twice in the AFC Championship?
I think in the play, like you said, the Colts had 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 with Denver, so that sounds right to me.
But, when you go over,
actually 4.
And I guess Allen's went over, right? So, I mean, it just and then the Bills' history of getting to the Super Bowl as a franchise and going over. I mean, it becomes such a high-pressure situation, and it's like facing Tiger Woods in your prime. You can play the best you can play, and he still found a way to beat you. Ask Phil Mickelson how many more he would have had if it wasn't for Tiger Woods.
Great example. Gavin in Fayetteville, Allen's the reigning MVP. He thinks Lamar should have won personally, so he's going to get the nod, but he never will and never is better than Patrick Mahomes. I'm kind of with you on that, Gavin. Yeah. Got another text here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Bill wants you to explain why you're wearing glasses.
Why I had some eye surgery yesterday, Bill. So the light in here is a little sensitive to my eyes right now. So I'm just trying to avoid a migraine.
Are you getting round the clock service at the house from the kids and wife?
Negative. Don't need it though.
Every beck and call.
Don't need it.
I need this. I need that.
No, I mean I'm not in any pain. I'm not in any discomfort other than the dilation from the procedure yesterday. Still, I'm a little sensitive to light. Other than that, I'm fine.
I feel like you should play this up a little bit.
No, but here's the problem. There will come a day I actually need help. Now, here's the goofy part.
You don't want to use your trump card
because think about how many times you touch and rub your eyes during that. That's part of why you wear these. I was at the doctor again this morning. I've got these goggles that look like something Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore.
That's what.
Who was the other guy on the team? He came late.
Kurt Rambis.
Kurt Rambis. That's some Rambis goggles that I have to. That was my choice, to wear these beauties in here or the goggles. I've got the goggles in the car. I could go get them and But I thought these probably are a little more stylish than the goggles.
Hacker says you're finally going to call fouls correctly now.
Negative.
We had someone else that texted earlier in the show about that as well.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, well, I don't need glasses anymore.
They can't use that joke.
In my left eye, I've got 20/16 vision now, and that's a day after. So just imagine how good it's going to be in about a week. So
they can't use that joke on you anymore.
Well, have to find some other jokes to use. Hey, at the end of a long day, now you can spend your time with doing the things that matter to you most, whether it's getting out on the water, on the trails, or just relaxing on your own land. Farm Credit of Western Arkansas is there to help you get there and get things done the way you want. Visit any Farm Credit of Western Arkansas location. There's 25 around our state, or go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, and see how they can help make your free time even better with Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
Greg and Mina listening wants you to goggle up. He wants to see what you look like. You've done the first hour in the sunglasses.
You want me to go get the goggles? They're in the car.
I kind of want to see what you look like.
I mean, they got the strap, full strap around the head, the whole bit.
Sports when I was younger, I had sports goggles.
We'll give you a choice for hour 2.
How long have you been in glasses, Big C?
Oh, it's been probably 20 years. Nah, not 20 years. Yeah, about 20 years, actually.
Regardless if you started with them or not, most people have to switch over in their 40s, correct? Or at least have
that
readers.
Was me, yeah.
Okay.
Mine started fading in my early 40s, and then just readers. Then I got prescription glasses like a year ago.
Okay.
Never had, it's the phone, it's the up-close stuff. And now, like last night, sitting there in the bed looking at my phone, it was fine,
I feel like I'd look even more studious with glasses. I feel like it would complete
Here,
my
you want to
look.
try these on?
Like
We'll see how you look in these.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if these are studious.
I meant like normal glasses. How does it look on the screen? Who's watching on our video?
Yeah. And
This looks like when you see those.
You instantly aged 40 years.
Those aliens in the big eyes.
You instantly became.
I understand why you're
70.
There is less pressure on your eyes in these. So that makes sense.
Yeah. All I need now is those glasses back, and then get some knee-high socks up and go mow the yard. And I'll just be perfect for Del Boca Vista or
You're
something.
50 now, so that would complete the look.
Well, now I look 80. So.
Pushing one step at a time.
Now I look 80. Hey, wherever you're going, take us along with the Hit That Line Now app. It's powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, Taco Bell has you covered. It's the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Tom Murphy coming up next.
It's peak grilling season, and nothing hits the flame quite like beef. From hearty steaks to crowd-pleasing burgers, the rich flavor and perfect sizzle make every cookout worth gathering for. So fire up the grill, bring on the heat, and serve the taste that defines summer. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. Courtesy of Beef, it's what'sfordinner.com.
Hi, this is Grant Holman, owner of 479 Equipment Company off I-49 Exit 65 in Fayetteville. We're the Northwest Arkansas Bad Boy mowers that are built right here in Arkansas. We're not just here to sell you a machine, we're building our reputation here 1 acre at a time. Find the toughest new Bad Boy mowers on the market and a service department that actually answers the phone. Big jobs or small plots, don't settle for good enough. Get the service you deserve and the mower you can trust. 479 Equipment and Bad Boy mowers off I-49 Exit 65 in Fayetteville.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
This is Matt.
This is Raleigh, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
We are the only family, alumni, and locally owned Razorback store. We went to school here. We live here. We get what every Razorback logo means.
Plus, we're the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and almost every item that comes into our store has our stamp of approval. We want the best graphic on the best item, and that's what sets us apart.
Whether it's pennants, fan cave items, or other clothing, we take the time to get it right.
Hey, Dad, do you know what they call a pallbearer from Tulsa?
No, what?
Karaoke.
Matt, that's my job to do the dad joke.
Well, you said you were going to retire someday, so I should start practicing.
Anyway, you can stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville next to Baum Walker Stadium. Or you can call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or if you can't get to Fayetteville, you can check us out on the Googleator at shoponrazorback.com.
Dad, you actually got most of that right. How'd you do that?
Well, if you're going to do the dad joke, then I need to step up my Googleator knowledge.
There's no hope for you, is there? Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Take it from Arkansas greats, Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big natural sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This is The Morning Rush.
The paint store in Van Buren is still the place to go to when doing the job right really matters. Our unique line of Richards paint products was chosen by me to perform for you. This is Sue, and my 35 years of experience ensures you get the right paint and the right color. That's important to you and me. Thank you for your support. Come see what I'm talking about. 1414 Fayetteville Road, the paint store, Van Buren.
When I'm in the mood for something sweet and hot, do I wait hoping my husband walks in dressed in tight tennis shorts and a dozen roses? No. I hit Hardee's for the new made-from-scratch hot honey biscuit, that crispy chicken, that hot honey, and that sweet prize. Just $3.99 for a limited time. Or the hand-breaded hot honey chicken sandwich with crispy bacon and melted Swiss on a brioche bun. Hardee's new hot honey menu. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Save up to $4,000 on in-stock 2026 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off on this top-selling mid-size SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
You know your business. I know the fans. Together, we're a championship roster. In Arkansas, loyalty is everything, and nobody connects with the Razorback faithful like our team here at ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com. When you partner with us at ESPN Arkansas, you're not just buying airtime. You're gaining trusted voices that talk to your customers every single day. I'm Ty Richardson. Let's grow your business together, both on air and through digital avenues. Become a partner at ESPN Arkansas. Email ty.richardson@hitthatline.com to start your campaign today.
ESPN Arkansas Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light.
Can't drink all day unless you start early.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with an ice-cold Bud Light.
I can guarantee you guys this team will be better than last year's team.
Yeah.
I think you can make that guarantee. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say, we're going to make a bowl game this year, but I do think that should be at least a realistic goal for Arkansas fans. That 6-6, man, it's not crazy. Schedule's tough. Don't get me wrong, but I think this whole revamped roster and what they've done in the transfer portal and new coaching staff and everything, I think this Arkansas team can be competent, and I think 6-6 should be the goal. I mean, can they even go 7-5 with a couple of breaks? Sure. I wish they had another year of Taylor Green. Like, if they had another year of Taylor Green with this roster and with these coaches, I think that could very well be in play. But, if it ends up being KJ Jackson or AJ Hill, I think they're going to go through their growing pains. Like I said, it's a tough schedule, but I think 6 wins should be the realistic goal.
Live from the Bud Light Studios, produced by Christian Johnston.
With Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
All right, we have a suggestion back to the conversation we're having as it close. JT suggests those knee-high socks that you are going to sport, make sure they're black.
Well, I mean,
you've got
are
the
there any other
on.
kind?
You've got the goggles on.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're going to do the knee-high black socks, you need the dark glasses like these. But I don't know. I mean, if I wear these out in public, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to need my wife there to beat the women off, right? These goggles that I got on now, keeping my eyes protected.
I like those better.
You like these better?
Yeah.
Or are you just being facetious?
No, I actually like those better.
Right.
I've had friends that have had to wear goggles due to being poked in the eye, and some of them just like Christian. You mentioned that was something that you've sported before. It's a cool basketball look. It just
I'm ready to post up.
Skyhook,
Abdul-Jabbar, baby. Kurt Rambis. Let's go. So, anyway, these Dr. Rodriguez over at N&I Center provided me these. Stylish?
Look at that.
Look good?
Yeah, I think they look good.
You like these better?
I like the goggles better, personally. But you're going to have to ask your
Put it on the poll.
You're going to have to ask your missus for that.
I don't think she's going to like either, but yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Mainly to protect you from yourself.
Yeah, the scratching thing, it's kind of like
you rub your eyes a million times a day.
You're kind of like you're kind of like a dog with a cone. You know how like when you've got you've taken your dog to the vet and there's something that they've scraped off and they put that cone on him so he can't scratch. That's the equivalent of what you're in right now.
Yeah, that's pretty. You're pert near right there. So yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Maybe I should wear these out for lunch today. We could go to Joe's Grill and Cantina, dollar tacos. We're talking about comfort food. No one mentioned tacos. Crunchy beef tacos are about as comfort food as you get. You can do that today. $1 each on Taco Tuesday. Crunchy beef or chicken tacos. I love the, I'm telling you, I've been mentioning it a few times, but it is my favorite thing on the menu. The spinach, mushroom, and steak fajita enchiladas. You can get it with chicken fajita meat in there as well, or just go with the spinach and the mushrooms. It is phenomenal. How good those enchiladas are. You can try that out with a couple of sides. That's on the enchilada menu. Always go with their grilled vegetables. It's like zucchini and squash. They put them on that black top. They blacken them up. Got the right seasoning. Just love the grilled vegetables at Joe's. Of course, rice, beans. They got black beans and refried beans, fries. And I was in there the other day. I didn't try it because I go to Joe's for Tex-Mex food, but they have got a phenomenal burger as well. So you can try out the burger there at Joe's Grill and Cantina. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps. It's dollar tacos all day today at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Great Tex-Mex, even better service at Joe's Grill and Cantina.
We got something called beef, B-E-E-F.
This hour of the Morning Rush is presented by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Tom.
All right, we bring in our guy, Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, to the show this morning via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Tom, when you were in your playing days back in high school, did you ever sport eyewear of any sort? Tommy's got these goggles on because he just had eye surgery. It looks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Kurt Rambis. Did you ever sport
in so many ways, Tom.
Did you ever sport these at Smackover back in the day?
No. In fact, I don't even think we had helmet visors back in that time.
Man.
So no goggles, no contact lenses, nothing special.
Barely had face masks,
yeah,
right?
it had the one bar across the middle.
Oh my gosh, Ty. Yeah, we had some of the three bar cages. I don't know what all we had, but we didn't have leather helmets. I'll say that.
All right, well, it's a little different now in 2026 with not only what they're wearing, but just the attention paid to football. Next week, SEC Media Days. Tom's a veteran, so he's not going to struggle when this comes up.
Hey, Meleek, I was going to ask you what college
name and affiliation.
Oh, Ty Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
He's gonna get right into it. Tom, what kind of concepts, what kind of ideas, what are we thinking about asking some SEC coaches this next week?
Oh, that's going to be a big thought experiment for me all week long. But what the playoff expansion will look like. You got these teams like Utah that have gone with private equity partners, and there's going to be so much because the game is changing so fast that the football almost sometimes seems a little subsidiary. But we'll come up with some good stuff. You'll see.
Tom, Ryan Silverfield, we got the release of the
got it just
now.
Wanna hear it?
Yeah. So breaking news here.
All right.
Here's the players you guys get to ask questions to
It's
from Arkansas.
Quincy Rhodes Jr., which we knew was going to happen.
All right.
Sutton Smith and Caden Kittler.
Okay.
So running back he had at Memphis. Caden was here last year. It's going to be a really good center in the SEC this year. That makes sense.
I thought there would be no quarterback, which there's not. And then I thought maybe Branham would go as an offensive lineman, but Kittler instead. I thought Rhodes was the only obvious. So what do you think about those three players with Sutton now coming? Would you have made any different selections for the players representing Arkansas?
Interesting you asked me that question. I was on the phone with Christina Long, heading right up into this call and the release, and I speculated 4 names, and those were 3 of my 4.
Okay.
And Bradley Shaw was the other if they wanted to go 2 on defense, 1 on offense. And if it was 1 on offense, I was guessing Kittler, and not the 2 quarterbacks. You'd have the concern if it was one or the other. Oh, is he going to be your starter?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be your starter? And they would have just been kind of pelted with that. So it makes total sense to me. Kittler being a well-spoken guy, veteran. Sutton Smith having played with Ryan Silverfield before, can speak to what it's like playing for him. That makes sense. And then Quincy, the star of the team, the veteran, longtime Hog. It really is. All 3 are basically no-brainers. And if you would replace one of those with Shaw, that would have made sense as well.
Okay, so to me, that we know the players now that came out just moments ago during top of the hour break. But Ryan Silverfield has to be the star of the show, right? I mean, Arkansas's, for whatever you're going to deem a successful trip to media days, and I'm not sure what that is or isn't, but it's going to probably boil down to how Ryan Silverfield does on the main stage on Thursday in front of the brightest lights, in front of the biggest room.
Right, and I really have very little doubt that he will show well because he's fast on his feet, he's quick-witted. He'll probably make some self-deprecating jokes about where Arkansas is picked or what have you, and probably admit, yeah, we got to rebuild, and we want to be good immediately. We want to win games this year, but we're not going to put any expectations on that. And so in his own way, I'm sure he'll express all those thoughts. And so really it's a matter of not making some kind of huge hiccup that everybody fact-checks you on and, oh, hey, he said this, and that's not right. And it's the last day. Everybody's a little bit weary, thinking about trying to get home that day or what have you. And so really it's just not about slipping up, but presenting yourself well. Hey, Arkansas has got a great football past. We want to try to build toward that. We understand it's going to be formidable in the current makeup of the SEC, but that's what our game plan is. You have to build this step by step, and that's what we've done.
I don't know if we can get him to really, peel the onion back on NIL and resources. But I'd be interested to know what he thinks in regards to the resources he had this year and what he believes he'll have going into next year, considering the new naming rights for the stadium, what we presume to be some adjustments in the budget and some line items to fund more football for next year. What didn't he have this recruiting cycle, this portal cycle, that Tommy believes he'll have in the next one?
Yeah, that's absolutely a great and pertinent question for him, and which hasn't really been addressed yet. And
right.
So I think that's a perfect format for storylines while we're in Tampa is to what does that look like? Does that help Arkansas climb back at least to the middle of the pack and potentially, compete for the title?
What does $5 or $10 million more a year do for your program compared to other SEC programs? Is $50 million at LSU a reality? And where's the ceiling on this? Because I would love to if they would give you an honest answer. Where's Arkansas really at? I don't suspect if Tom Murphy asked him, hey, how many, where's your NIL budget compared to the other SEC schools? I don't think you're going to get a straight answer, but it'd be interesting to know where, is LSU really at 50 and where's Arkansas? 15, 20, 25? Where are we at?
Yeah, exactly. And so I know that they were talking about how we're going to get into the top half. Well, that might have been what numbers that they applied at the time. I don't know. Everything has changed since then. But I do believe about the biggest thing happening in college athletics right now is to get the guardrails in place so everybody understands the playing field. If you listen to Hunter's interview with Bo Mattingly that was presented on Hogs Plus, he talked about how they got their stuff together for NIL, and then suddenly last year it became the outside revenue sharing that grew so much that, so it's always a changing field until they can get it level. And honestly, that Congress is kind of involved now. I just don't know if it, I don't know if we're going to have a solid answer this year, actually.
All right, Tom Murphy's with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, you've got a chance to go to a lot of SEC venues over your time covering the Razorbacks and the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. Do you have a tradition? We're kicking this around the first hour. Do you have a tradition that you've enjoyed the most or any that stand out to you in your travels?
Let's see. I don't know. To me, it's all about the ease of the setup and, post game, what it looks like, as opposed to how spacious their concourses are and how easy it is to get, refreshments or anything like that. So, I always liked the sight line at Georgia. It was pretty low, and I've only been to 2 or 3 games there covering the Razorbacks. Florida's always a good environment. LSU's always fun. Of course, they've moved us. LSU used to be more midfield. Now we're down toward the end zone. Same with Florida. Auburn obviously being the worst. And it seems like, meaning the positioning for the media. You can't – I know they put a new Jumbotron in, but in the games, the rain game in 2020 where Arkansas got jilted, you couldn't see the field very good because the windows were fogged up, and you couldn't see the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
And so it was a bizarre deal. And it seems like Arkansas gets sent back there a lot, including this year. And I'm just kind of rambling here. I've enjoyed going to each of these venues. I haven't been to Vanderbilt in forever, so this will be a first for a while, since probably 2011.
Yeah.
But I have to say, so when Greg Childs scored that touchdown against Georgia, when Arkansas had the 2-touchdown lead, Georgia came back and tied it, and then Arkansas went bam, DJ Williams, bam, DJ Williams, and then the bite on the DJ and the safety came up, and Greg Childs. I was on that sideline, and there is a picture of Greg Childs headed for the end zone or already putting his hands up, and you can see Harry the dog, on the sideline right next to me with his head down in abject defeat.
That's
and
awesome.
I like that I was depicted with Greg Childs, a Warren guy, right there. So that's out there somewhere.
Yeah, and then I think Beckett had a big sack like the next series against Georgia. So that was a fun one in 2010. Uga didn't try and bite you like he did that Auburn player back in the day, did he, Tom?
No, I don't recall seeing Uga, but I did see him on a recent trip there. I was near their student center, and the guy who does Uga was right there. And I actually got to go over and say hi to Uga, let him sniff my hand. But no, you're right. Beckett had a huge sack, and when it happened, I've told Aaron Murray this myself, I thought he hit him so hard that his head was rolling on the ground, but it was just his helmet.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports, joining us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Who's another coach at SEC Media Days next week that you're zeroed in on outside of Silverfield?
Well, I'll say this, all the new guys. I want to hear what Summerall and Golish have to say. I'm leaving somebody out probably, but, there's new coaches around the league and, Pete Golding at Ole Miss, and then Kiffin. He now, I think, occupies, he and Drinkwitz now occupy the place that used to be Steve Spurrier, the kind of the must-watch, where you'd see Roy Kramer come back into the back of the room to hear what jibes Steve Spurrier was going to level at UT, including you can't spell citrus without UT, and all the various jibes he would drop. That was must-watch, and Roy Kramer would stand at the back of the room as he did that. And so right now, Kiffin's appearance, sometimes he's buttoned down at this and really subdued. What he says will be of import, and then obviously Drinkwitz, who I think, as I mentioned on this air last week, has kind of been more of an outspoken voice at a pretty young age in this conference.
I can think of a few, and this may have been covered. Ed Orgeron's one that's coached at two schools, Nick Saban, Houston Nutt, Tom Tuberville. Has anyone else ever been a head coach at three different SEC institutions? Like Lane Kiffin at Tennessee, Ole Miss. This just crossed my mind as you were talking, and now LSU. How many other coaches have ever been the head coach at three different SEC schools? Well, I know I don't expect you to have the answer off the top of your head, but that's just something that crossed my mind as you were talking about him.
Right, and I'm not sure if there has been, but Bear Bryant, obviously, before A&M joined, Alabama, A&M, and Kentucky.
Right.
So he doesn't qualify by your parameters.
Mm-hmm. Right. I can't think of it. I mean, I can think of several just off the top of my head that have been to two, but that's an interesting. I guess if we went by that parameter, Frank Broyles coached at Arkansas and Missouri. Yeah. Neither one were in the SEC at the time, but that doesn't count either. But interesting thought, because that kind of sheds some light on the state of where we're at in this league and just the high bounty to win and what people are willing to pay, like LSU has paid, trying to get back on top.
Yeah, they have, and when they had Burrow at quarterback, that 2019 season was a special season. And the fans, very recent past, they finally remember that, and they think they can compete, and they have the resources, and they're putting a lot in. And I think you're seeing teams chase. I mean, people are looking at Alabama and Georgia and saying, "You guys have been up there recently, but can you get back up there now?" And so there's a lot of storylines that are going to go into this.
Well, you know what happened after they won in 2019, right, Tom?
I do. Well, you're going to drop something new on me, but Ed got complacent, that's for sure.
Well, I was going to say COVID. Like, that's what happened when LSU won the national championship. But, yeah, Ed Orgeron did get complacent. They were not a different team. And you had Brady and all those draft picks. Excuse me, you had Burrow, Brady as your passing game quarter and all of those draft picks, which when you lose all those guys, it's definitely a change. Tom, we'll do it again on Thursday, and, again, we'll be a week out from Ryan Silverfield meeting with the media then.
Okay, guys, always enjoy it. Take care.
All right, Tom Murphy with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring along a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy on the Morning Rush, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council and beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
Text from JT in Laurel, Mississippi. Why are we not taking a quarterback to media days? I think it's pretty obvious. KJ is the guy. Also, Sutton over Braylon, he doesn't agree with either. Think about the setup. So Quincy was going no matter what. He's the best player on your team. Caden Kittler, Big C, you might have to look this up. I think he's a senior. He's back for another year. He's your center. Makes sense. They were never going to bring a quarterback. You're not going to bring two QBs. You're not going to bring AJ and KJ.
Nope.
So, if you want to at least have a conversation about Sutton and Braylon, I'll hear it. But Sutton's been in Ryan Silverfield's system. He knows him. He's known him for a while. And that doesn't necessarily mean that Sutton Smith is going to get 3 times the carries Braylon Russell is going to have this year. But I don't think this is a huge surprise who he's bringing next Thursday.
Let's also think about it in these terms. Who's available to go, or who may be tied up with something else, out of town, not available, and simply who does, we think everybody would just be lined up, beating the coach's door down, wanting to be the one of the 3 representatives. This isn't everybody's cup of tea. You get up very early in the morning. You fly down. Yeah, it's cool. You're on a private jet, but this isn't the first time some of these guys have been on a private jet. You got to wear a really nice suit, which
Dillard's gives them the suits. Yeah,
that's cool, but it's a long day, and not everybody enjoys cameras in their face, microphones in their face. Not everybody wants to do this. So, why didn't they bring so and so or this guy or that guy? Well, maybe he didn't want to go. Maybe he wasn't available to go. Maybe he's in Cabo. I don't know. But, just because someone's not there doesn't mean that they didn't want them there. Sometimes you're just not available to be there.
They also sent out, I'm going to be honest, I have not looked at this list. They sent out the other media attendees. You're going to have the main quarterbacks that are there. Like Byron Brown's going for Auburn, who played for Alice Golish at USF. Gunnar Stockton's going to be there for Georgia. He got to play this fall. LSU's not bringing Levitt. That's kind of interesting. Chambliss is there for Ole Miss, who Arkansas luckily doesn't have to play. Mateer's there for OU. I mean, it's going to be a quarterback need. Arch is there. Arch wasn't there last year.
That's not abnormal.
Yeah, he's there this year. Marcel Reed's there for A&M. No quarterback for Vanderbilt, considering post-Pavia. So that is the.
Is there a odds-on Heisman favorite in this league?
Arch. Arch. Yep.
Yeah,
it'll be Arch. You could probably pull up the standings right now. It's probably Arch, Jeremiah Smith, and then Stockton, Chambliss. Personally, I think
because those are normal. I say it because Arch is not Tebow, but he's probably the next level down because he hadn't proven what Tebow did the year coming into his final year. But when you got a Heisman Trophy guy, that really there's a few occasions. McFadden was one, Tebow was one where they bring them to the main room for their player stuff. I don't think we have that kind of superstar this year at Media Days.
And forgive my ignorance. Mateer would be another one. That's a good one.
But I said, odds on like top guy. I don't know Mateer's a top guy. And it's way early. It's July.
Ryan says Mateer's a dog. He wasn't the same after he had that thumb injury or whatever. We'll see how he responds this year. It would be wild if Arch won because, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Archie didn't win, Peyton didn't win, Eli didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the first Manning, as wild as that is, to win a Heisman Trophy.
Yep. Yeah. Which might not bode well for your NFL future.
Yeah.
Because Heisman Trophy winners don't normally pan out.
And also, Burrow's one of the exceptions.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, they don't pan out in the national championship game either.
Won't be Sorsby.
For whatever reason, the national champion is oftentimes not accompanied with the Heisman Trophy winner, which you would think best player, most important in college football would oftentimes win the whole thing. But a lot of times, Heisman Trophy winner either loses or doesn't make it, gets dropped early. But yeah, the clear favorite's Arch in terms of betting lines. I personally don't think he's going to win it, but I could be wrong.
Well, it's always been best player on the best team, but I don't know that you're going to have an undefeated team that clearly rises above the others. If you're a one-loss team in the SEC, your quarterback's probably going
That's
to be
why Stockton's going to
right
be
in
up
the
there
conversation.
with Georgia, Chambliss. We'll see how Ole Miss bounces without Kiffin, and then Arch.
Just
Texas.
hard for a running back or a wide receiver to do enough statistically.
Well, they haven't.
To get there.
I think Devontae Smith in 20 is the last non-quarterback. I think 21 through this past year, they've had a quarterback every year. I think Devontae Smith's the last one not to win. To win. That's not a quarterback.
But
So
normally,
we'll
that bring all that up because this is where the campaign begins. This is where I don't know how many of the 800, 900 attendees will have Heisman ballots, but there will be a couple hundred, 150, I don't know, be a big number of Heisman ballots in the room. And this is where your campaign begins if you're a true candidate.
I went back and watched the Auburn 2010 game, and if you remember that game, it was Ryan Mallett, Cam Newton, two big Heisman contenders. I forget which oh gosh, what the campaign was centered around Ryan. Obviously, he got hurt. I think fairly injured him pretty early in that game, that concussion. But it starts early, even in the offseason before the big time matchups in SEC play.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to take us along anywhere you go, the Hit That Line Now app is powered by Taco Bell. Whether you're craving something cheesy, saucy, or crunchy, or one of the Luxe Cravings boxes, find it now at Taco Bell and get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
All right, coaches coming up here in your SEC update. The guys, the setup next week, we'll rank the coaches, which ones we actually care about, more on the guys that are going to Tampa this next week. Home Run Derby was last night. Some of you, it
was exciting, though.
Yeah, it was.
If you want to,
it was on Netflix, right?
First time in a
so
while.
You had to go find, it.
Which to me doesn't make.
Well, you're scrolling through the guide and it's not top of the mind. The guide will remind. Oh yeah, that's on. And they don't do a very good job promoting that stuff outside of there because it should be right in your face all the time.
Nope, I agree on that. Morning Rush continues on after this with your SEC update.
Join Lewis Automotive as they celebrate America's 250th celebration with the Pick One event, where it's your choice of a $250 gas.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Kevin Hart here to tell you all about Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa. Hey guys, I kind of feel like you chop it off my head a little bit. I'm the money. Don't forget that. It's spicy, balanced with a sweet and tangy citrus touch that makes everything taste even better. And the best part is it comes with. I kind of still feel like you ain't got all of me. The best part is it comes with anything on the Cantina menu. So you better try it before it's gone.
New jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with more main character energy than Kevin Hart.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for, only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports, to me it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Learn more at Gastons.com. Gastons, a first-class time, every time.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's hay time with Kubota hay equipment from Gray Brothers. Like quality-built Kubota disc hay mowers known for their durability and beautiful cut. Kubota hay rakes and, of course, the BV Series Kubota round baler. Couple it with Kubota's M-Series cab tractor with 75 to 168 horsepower, and you'll have the prettiest hay on the market. With savings from Gray Brothers and special financing from Kubota, today is your day for a new Kubota at Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about to be tough there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
But this afternoon is a day for the Razorbacks to celebrate. Arkansas wins the tournament.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Hawks got good news this morning. Looks like Caleb Ariju has committed to the Razorbacks. Richard Davenport, others have it. This could be the final piece, final edition. He's technically a 2027 kid. Kentucky, other SEC schools were interested, but it sounds like he's found his home and committed to Fayetteville, Tommy.
Any concern about how young this team is going to be?
Yeah, I mean, same thing.
I mean, another youngin', average age is going to be below or right around 18 years. For this roster, I mean, that's going to show up early. Now, maybe late you've got it figured out and they grow up and catch up. But can you out-talent people, I guess, is my question.
Okay, not trying to be negative on July the 14th, but what leads you to believe that this can be a team that wins a national championship when every indication the last decade has told you the opposite? And I hate to be, like, I don't want to be that guy at 10:32 on July the 14th, but if this is, like, the 18.7 average that Cal's talked about and the number of young players that you have that are talented and that will flourish hopefully at the next level and of all the ceiling in the world, that's not the formula to win a national championship.
Just be like a little bit above average on defense.
I think the talent will be there.
But what freshmen, even as physical as they look, what freshmen do you know that come into the SEC or the Big Ten or the Big 12 that are just elite defensively? Either
not elite,
beginning, middle, or end.
Can move fast enough with their feet to stay in front of their opponent. I mean, it's hard.
Hedging screens, getting through big guys. I mean, you think about Arizona's front line last year.
Just the communication of switching defensively.
Stuff like that. It is I just look at this team and I advocated for girth, which you don't have at the center position, I don't think, in terms of some of the guys that you might go up against and say Sweet 16 or Elite 8, which the end goal of John Calipari being in Fayetteville is, in some people, at least in my mind, to get to a Final Four. And I'm excited about this team, too. They look explosive. They've looked fun in practice. And, again, I don't mean to jump to conclusions this early, but the formula for winning national championships is not 18.7 years old. And it hasn't been for a decade plus.
No. Now, you could convince me. Now, you're going to have a hard time convincing me all these guys would stay together for a second season. But if you wanted to say this team could win a national title, I might agree with you for 28. But I don't live in a world where I think you're going to keep this roster, even with the young guys, together, because I think you've got elite talent that's, 18 years old coming in, and I think some of those guys are going to end up in the draft, high in the draft. So this could be a team in the old days where you had to stick around a while and you played 2 years together, probably could be a contender, but I don't think that's reality.
You better get a high seed because you don't want to have to play a team like Arizona or something in the Sweet 16. If you can get to a Final Four with an easier path, I mean, that still counts.
Chandler in the back. Caleb O'Brien's a bleep ton of girth. Ty, you are dumb as bleep, and you seem to have the afternoon show guys wear off on you. He is a 17-year-old kid, Chandler. 17 or 18. That is not exactly the formula when you go up against some of the juniors and seniors that you will see in postseason play. And I'm not saying he can't put on weight between now and then. 220 for a freshman's pretty stinking good. 6'10". But, again, from a muscle standpoint, from a strength standpoint, it's not the same as going up against juniors and seniors. Think about the front line you played last year. And Koa Pete's kind of like the freshman that didn't look like a freshman. The Arizona kid, the 6'8" kid that Cal recruited. Then you had that Toby Awaka kid who was the Tennessee transfer that came in and just wrecked habit. Krivos, it was a combination of big, beefy guys, which this roster doesn't have. They have athleticism out the wazoo. They have shooting. They look like they have length, but they don't have any beef.
Let's back up. Your question was, does this sound like a roster that could win a national title? I agree. It does not sound like one. Is this a roster that could make a Final Four?
I don't think so.
Or are those synonymous now?
I think
you're good enough to make the Final Four. You're good enough to win the national title.
Was it? Oh gosh, why am I blanking on his name? Who does the Big 12 championship stuff? That's on ESPN. Branford Schiller. I think didn't he make a comment like, "Oh, this is a Final Four, but not like if you get to a Final Four, you have a chance to win the national championship." Maybe maybe I'm taking a negative stance too early on this. That's the way it's hard.
Well, again, we hadn't seen him play a lick. We'll get to see. I guess we'll get some reports off the Bahamas trip, but even then, I'd be really careful about drawing too many conclusions or a strong judgment based on what you see there.
Yeah, and I guess that the stance you can take is, well, maybe they have enough in this area to make up for what they might not have in this area. That's who you want to take. That's fine. There's just a lot of past precedent in history in the last 10-plus years that the freshman formula is not the way to get to a Final Four and win the national championship. All right, SEC Media Days begins a week from yesterday. Which coach do you want to hear from next week outside of Silverfield?
Lane Kiffin.
He's usually so
he's going to do something to entertain you. Usually he'll entertain you.
But he's entertaining. He's not really entertaining at these things.
Oh, he'll say something.
Drink is way more entertaining in person than he is. Now, Lane's insane on social media. He's funny there, but he's kind of like, I don't know if mundane's the right word, but he's just kind of bleh at these things.
Smart. I'm kind of interested in Kalen DeBoer, kind of like what he's going to say to kind of calm the Alabama fans down a little bit.
I'm kind of like Tom Murphy. I mean, some of these new guys like Golish and Summerall that we don't know a lot about. We maybe studied up on a bit more during their candidacy for Arkansas's job or other jobs in this league. Let's hear from some of the new guys. So, that's interesting to me as well. But Goalish is on your schedule, but you don't play Florida, so that's not one that I'm super interested. We know a little bit about Pete Golding.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows anything about the guy at Kentucky, but we don't play Kentucky, so those are some things that I think are interesting next week.
Will Stein, kind of a boring name. Again, if you missed it earlier, we got the email, got the notification that Arkansas is bringing Quincy Rhodes Jr., Caden Kittler, and Sutton Smith to SEC Media Days next week. Running back, center, and defensive end for Arkansas. So you got one guy from in-state. I forget where Caden's from, but he transferred in from UCF the season before last year, and then Sutton came in this offseason from Memphis as a running back.
All right, that is your SEC update. It's brought to you by Arts Barbecue Burgers and More. Perfect spot for lunch today. One of those big ham-patted burgers that are fresh, never frozen. They do a variety of different burgers. I mean, just their house burger with cheese on it's pretty darn good. I'd add bacon to any selection you got because I think the bacon cheeseburger and the bacon there is second to none. They got the brisket burger. They got about 9 different varieties of burger. They got the Art Attack that's got ham, bacon, fried egg, and an onion ring on it. So whatever your appetite presents you today, one of the burgers at Art's is always great. You can go fries. You can go half and half with onion rings. You can go their house-made onion rings or any of their delicious sides. It is National Mac and Cheese Day. And their macaroni and cheese is really good as well, so you could choose that as a side. And don't forget, every Saturday, it's $1 off burgers. So if you want some comfort food today, try the burger at Arts Barbecue Burgers and More, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's in Fort Smith.
All right, let's talk to BJ. He's got some thoughts this morning here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. What's up, BJ?
Hey, not much. I got 2 questions for you. First one is, I keep hearing everybody talk about how much improved Arkansas is going to be this year and all that. And, they may be, but key factor is most of these teams are all a lot better. For instance, me being a Texas fan, this is the best team that Sarkisian has ever had. And Arkansas doesn't stack up against Texas at any position. So, that's my first question on what you think about that. The second one is, I keep hearing, and I heard Charlie and Matt and everybody talk about how Texas would have been so much better if they would have had Taylor Green, which is laughable, dude. He cost Arkansas games and he won Arkansas games, but there's no way that he would have been better at Texas. He wasn't even recruited there. Texas didn't want him. And what do you think, Arch or Taylor Green? I'm just going to hang up and listen to your comments.
Didn't win too many games last year. So, Taylor Green was probably more of a liability than a plus at times because of the turnovers. I don't think the goal this year is to match up with Texas, who's going to be, I would say, voted either 1 or 2 next week in the media poll. Now, the media is more wrong than right, but I think the consensus is Texas is going to be a team that's a high considered candidate for the SEC championship game.
They got to go to.
But we're not trying to match up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I understand what you're saying, but do you think in year 1 with a 2-10 team last year, the goal should be matching up with one of the better teams in the league? That doesn't sound like a reasonable goal to me.
He didn't have an answer for
right.
it. No, and if you remember. I heard the same shtick, the same call was said 2 years ago when Arkansas lost 20-10, and how that game was going to be close. Brian owed me $100 because Arkansas got a sack within the first series. The next year, you did get blown out. Arch had the game of his life and kind of bounced off that, and kind of from there he had a much better back end of the season. But yeah, it would be one of those things if you went down to Texas and somehow won in week 12? That would be awesome. That'd be great. And it would really attach Ryan Silverfield to this fan base. But like you said, I'm not expecting that to happen. No. We're just talking about Arch being the number 1 Heisman candidate in the SEC this fall.
Right.
So where are you hearing that Arkansas, because I know I haven't said it. You haven't said it.
He calls in and accurately says that Arkansas can't match up with Texas in any position group. I wouldn't expect to. Guess what? That's probably true with Georgia and a number of other teams in this league.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're not breaking any news to anyone, BJ, that Arkansas can't match up with your mighty Texas Longhorns.
Gavin in Fayetteville says, I can't wait for Texas to inevitably lose and not make the playoffs again. We have to hear BJ walk around how great they are, but unlike BJ, they can't finish people off. So again, Texas has not won a national championship, Brian, since 2005. It's been 20 plus years. You act like they won last year, 2 years ago. What did they win? 9? Were they 9-3 last year in the regular season? 8-4. I mean, this is a team that lost several games last year. It hasn't happened for them. This is the same mentality that you have from that fan base every single year. And for the last 2+ decades, their team hasn't gotten it done because that's Texas football in this millennium. Not being able, getting all the praise, all the love, and not being able to close the deal.
Yeah.
At all.
All right, our CJ Butcher Boys trivia coming up on the other side of the break. Your chance to win $25 to CJ's here in just a matter of minutes, so hang around for that. We're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort, 870-431-5202. You know, out of the Bull Shoals Dam, they've been releasing some water, and that has pushed some of the bigger fish downriver. And I am seeing a lot of pictures on Gaston's social media and also some of their guides' social media pages of just really nice rainbows and really nice browns being caught. So it's a great time to get to Gaston's for a guided fishing trip and let them show you what is really one of the unique, great treasures in our state, and that's the trout fishing on the White River. Gaston's is the perfect spot. They got nearly 80 cabins that are private. So cabins, lodges, houses right there on property. It is a unique setting, and it's really a great place to relax with you and your family. 870-431-5202. Call and ask about guided fishing trips on the White River today, 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
And I got to see Chuck lose his mind last game.
This is the Morning Rush.
Attention Arkansas homeowners, are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase, and call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Hey, Fort Smith. Have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue? Step inside and check out the Pradco store within a store, where you can create something truly one of a kind. Pick from iconic lure shapes like the Booyah One Knocker or the Bandit 100, to name only a few. And have it custom autographed just the way you want it. It's fun, it's personal, and it's only at the brand new Bass Pro Outpost. Swing by today and make your own custom lure.
You know what? Don't tell me, show me. You know, put your money where your mouth is and show me.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's impossible not to feel luxurious with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lutz boxes. With your choice between the iconic $5 box, decadent $7 box, and opulent $9 box, featuring the fajita street chalupas with boldly seasoned peppers and onions, all that Lutz might go to your head. But even though it makes you feel like a high roller, let's wait on that yacht down payment. Get your $5, $7, or $9 Lutz box today, only at Taco Bell. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Is your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore? Dr. Bo Sparkman at Valley Family Dental Practice, Fort Smith, can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 226-3500. Get rid of your CPAP with Valley Family Dental at Riley Farm in Fort Smith and Roland, Oklahoma.
What could you do with $10,000? Well, now's as good a time as any to find out. It's time for our very first Wrath Big Ath 10K Summer Giveaway, brought to you by Wrath Auto Resources. Just visit us at 4515 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith and enter to win $10,000. While you're here, check out any one of our great road-ready certified pre-owned vehicles, inspected, reconditioned, and backed by comprehensive warranty. It's the Wrath Big Ath 10K summer giveaway brought to you by Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. No purchase necessary. See dealer for complete rules.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Anybody interested in grabbing a couple of burgers?
Those are good burgers, brother.
Archer Burger, my God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
I got the shakes that'll make you quit. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll... I just got burgers.
When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
Hawks traveled to College Station for the first time since 2020. Went there in 2012 and obviously went there as a Southwest Conference opponent back in the day. We were talking about SEC traditions earlier. For a $25 gift card to CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, both in Russellville and Fayetteville, what do they do every Friday before a home game? The tradition is called blank. Got to call 877-377-6963. They did this in Dallas as well, or Arlington, when you played the Aggies in Jerry World. But what do they do? What do the Texas... I noticed this one did not make the list of the top
No, and
six.
it was just outside on the Pradco Pyramid of Power of traditions. Like I said, it's a night before, not a day of, but opponents will show up. There's jokes being told. Yeah. There's, different things that are happening. So, yeah. I don't want to give it away.
So, to me, you balance things out. I don't think Missouri belongs in the league because I don't think that fan base and that culture fits within the rest of the SEC. While I don't like A&M and the traditions and some of the things that they have, including this one, you can't deny the fandom and the intensity level in College Station. I think it's a balance.
Yeah.
Patrick says cheer practice. It's not cheer practice.
No.
Big C, who we got?
Andy in Mountain Home.
All right, Andy, what's the answer to the question?
I think they do a bonfire, but I don't exactly know what they call it.
So that is kind of sort of it.
That's part of it.
Yeah, but I can't give you the $25 because you got to call it something specific. Jeremy's got it right here on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
Yep.
We might have to give it to him if no one else calls between now and then. We've gotten a couple right answers about this. Greg's right. Ryan's right. These are all right. Technically,
It's great telling everybody that they're right. And you can't tell them the answer.
Technically,
wonderful
it is
radio.
a cult meaning as well.
Yeah, it is a cult meeting.
All right, I'll just give.
They had a bonfire at one time, and I guess they continued, but they had remember the logs rolled off and people died at their.
Did it actually happen?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know about that.
Maybe 10 years ago.
We'll just give it to Jeremy. Jeremy, you're correct. It's the midnight yell. It's what they call
midnight yell practice.
Cult meeting would have been accepted, Ryan, but Jeremy answered first.
Yells, jokes, and Aggie traditions.
Yes.
Dating back to more than a century. Midnight yell practice.
All right, that is your CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers trivia question. We do it every single Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Best burgers, best fries, best shakes in all of Arkansas is found at CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers, both in Russellville and Fayetteville. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best. Coming up, Alyssa Orange, Matt Jones, Colton Little, halftime all the way, followed by Ruskin and Zach. We're back tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Hey, Fort Smith, have you seen the all-new Bass Pro Shop outpost on Bass Pro Drive off Rogers Avenue?